Hey everybody, Ray Pastor, and today what we're going to do is I want to talk about 5 things about articulate storyline that I cannot stand. Look, I really like the piece of software. I think it's great. I use it for tons of projects, but that doesn't mean I can't criticize it and critique it because nothing is ever perfect. And I'm going to talk about 5 things that drive me crazy about articulate storyline. All right, let's get in. All right, so the first thing I want to talk about, first thing that just drives me nuts, quizzes. And it's how you score them. So let's actually go to a quiz question. I got a quiz question that I just threw up here on the screen. All right, so we're at our quiz question, and I'm going to go to my form view. And what drives me nuts is that the quiz question can only be 1,000 points. It can only be 1,000 points. Why can it only be 1,000 points? What gives? Why not make it 100,000? Why not make it 1,000,000? Why can it only be 1,000 points? Because the problem is, if I want this to go to SCORM or someone's LMS, I have to use this version. I can't just create my own. And I can trick the end user and create some different kind of point schemes, but what's actually sent to the LMS is this point system, and I hate it. Look at this. So we have 1,000 here. Look what happens. I'll enter in 999. Oh, perfect. Watch this. Let's enter in 5,000. It'll just default right to 1,000. It does not let you enter more. Just allow us to do it. The first thing I can't stand about the piece of software. All right, let's talk about the next thing. Next thing, the articulate storyline player, you know, what you use when you're actually creating a movie, you know, the thing that, do I want my volume, seek bar, play, pause, uses too much real estate. There's no way for me to actually really turn it off and hide it. So for example, if you go to a YouTube video, I can put my controls over top of the video and they disappear as soon as you move away. And when you scroll your mouse over, it's there. I can't do the same thing in articulate. And I'd really like way more customizability for the player, because I think it's really great, but I think it's very problematic the way it functions. For example, if I put something on a mobile device or a tablet, I already have a limited amount of real estate to begin with, and it just takes up too much space. Player taking up too much space, big thing. That's number 2. Number 3, this goes right along with it. Articulate storyline wants you to use this player, which means, so for example, this volume control, there's really no other way for me to control video or media volume in a movie. And let me show you what I mean, because you're going to say, well, wait, I know how to do some of that. Okay, let me tell you what I mean. So first of all, if I want to actually stop media or stop audio, yes, I can do that. You know, I can create a trigger and I can, you know, pause media, action, pause media, or stop media. But that's stop or pause media. It's not stop or pause all audio, and that's global audio. So I can't actually have a sound on off button on my articulate storyline movie unless a few things happen. A, I use their player, or B, I can write a JavaScript code which will shut it off for sound files, but it won't shut it off for other forms of media like a video. It should simply just be an action. Stop sound or audio or adjust sound, because obviously the software can do it because the player does it. So that's my third thing. I can't shut off global audio. I've tried all kinds of different code, can't get it to work when it's a video, not when it's just an audio file. All right, the fourth thing. So this bothers me, just annoys me. This is just an annoying thing. It's really simple to fix, but it's kind of annoying. Whenever you start articulate storyline, whenever I open it up, it automatically defaults to this really strange size. Like, why did they pick that size? So if I go to design, story size, the default size is, first of all, 4:3. This isn't 1999. This is 2021, and pretty much everyone should have a 16:9 monitor, 16:9 on their tablet, 16:9 on their phone, 16:9 on their HD television. So yes, if I was using an old school 480p television, 4:3 would be perfect. Or like an overhead projector, or like a a film projector, 4:3 might work really well. But when we're talking about high def, it's always got to be 16:9. So what I find annoying is that even when I click 16:9, like, what is this size? 720 by 405. What is that? That's not 720p. 720p is like 1280 by 720. And 1080p is like 1980 by 1080, something like that. These aren't high def default file. And why do I have to look up, well, what's HD files like? Just have all the options here. Just have them right here and just say high def. Scroll down. Here's the story size. It should just default at high def for everything. Start there and then let the user go down if they want it. And we're not even getting to 4K or anything like that, which people are getting to 8K now. At least start on high def size and let us pick, and have multiple options here of all the 16:9 sizes. All right, so that's something that just kind of annoys me quite a bit. It's easy to change, but it's bothersome. I get it. I'm picky. All right, and the final thing, and the final thing kind of goes along with some of my other points, is that for some reason, they've chosen not to give you access to the full extent of what the software can do. Let me explain. So there's all kinds of things that Articulate Storyline can do, but I can't control it in a way I'd like to. So for example, when I go to triggers, I can't do everything. I don't have an option to do everything. And I would like that option. So let me explain what I mean. And let me give you an example. So like when you buy a car, there's something called a governor that controls the speed that your car can go. So like your car might only go to 80 miles per hour because like the car company put something in there that just doesn't let you go faster. Same thing with like your iPhone or Android. Like when you jailbreak it, you can do a lot more. Like the companies stop you from doing stuff. Well, Articulate's doing the exact same thing with Storyline. They're stopping us from doing things. For example, the thing that I complained about, the global audio. Like, why isn't that a trigger? Why are you stopping me from being able to control that? So what I suggest, what I hate, I like the idea of these triggers. This trigger wizard is fine, but I would like just to have access to the programming language that allows me to change all of this stuff so that I can just know every single thing about the piece of software and go in and program it the way that you used to be able to do with Flash and ActionScript. I would like to be able to do that with Articulate Storyline. Yes, I can use JavaScript for some things, but it's not perfect and doesn't always work with every browser. I want to be able to do it inside the software. And yes, the actions are nice and they're really great for non-programmers, but they are limiting. They're limited in what you can do. There are things that should be really easy to do via programming in this piece of software that are either really difficult, I have to find 10 workarounds to get it to work via triggers, or you simply just can't do it. And that's bothersome because some of the stuff should be very easy via a programming language. All right, those are my 5 things. Let me run through the list really quick. Quizzes only go to 1,000 points. Annoying. No global audio setting. Kind of weird that you can't do that because the player does it. The player itself takes up tons and tons of space on the screen. Too much real estate. I just want to have more customizability for it. The default size of the player, for some odd reason, is 4:3, which I can't figure out for the life of me, and is really small. And there's no programming language. I'm really limited by what the triggers can do. All right, those are my 5 things. Remember, I do like the software. I do use it. I'm just critiquing it, so don't hate me. And let me know anything that you don't like in the comments below. Later, all.